Hello. All zero of you. I'm going to do something different tonight. I've never streamed on YouTube before, but here I am. So, normally I'm on Twitch. I say normally, I think I've streamed 10 times in my life. Thought I would do something different as far as the game too. So, I'm going to play Eldritch, which is a board game. And I'm going to play it on the computer. So, let's pull it up. Come on. There it goes. I think I'm streaming. I guess I don't even know if it's working yet. Let me see if it's working. Oh, it says I'm live. This is all new to me. I think I'm streaming. Oh, I can watch my own stream and hear my own stupid voice. We are good. Good to go. Okay. This is Eldritch Horror. If you haven't seen it or played it or anything else, I am going to play it solo. This is a game about stopping the end of the world. The whole world. You kind of get to go anywhere you want. I'm going to play, like, base game content. There's tons of expansions to this thing, but it's been like 5 years since I played the thing, so we're not going to do that. There might be some expansion stuff I accidentally put in just because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm not going to do preludes, any of this stuff. I will explain how the game works. So if you've never seen Eldritch Horror before, you'll have an idea what's going on. So there are characters. And I don't know if this lets me randomly choose. There's a set of them. That's cool. Family expansion. You know what? If I'm not going to play anything beyond the base game, let's turn off everything else. There's some cool stuff that I would almost always include, but let's not do that. Number of players seated. There's one, kind of. But I want to play as two. Otherwise, yeah, this is good. And we'll pick a random old one. I don't know if this is the go button. Alright, I guess shove is it. Or the game's gonna crash on me. That's also possible. Alright, the game has not crashed. It is very slowly doing what it needs to do here. Oh, it's really doing it. It's getting everything in. Nice. Okay. Well, this is pretty cool. Okay, we need to get our investigators. There are two of us. It said it set it up for two, but I'm going to assume that just meant the board. It didn't mean the characters because nothing has been built out for characters. This is our mystery deck. Okay, we got cards here. We gotta put 4 on top. We'll do this. You know what? Why not? We'll leave it the way it did. Put some monsters to the side. That's all good. So we get to pick our characters now. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. But let's pick the soldier. wanted somebody who's a little more mystical. Let's do the psychic. Sweet! Look at that. This is pretty good implementation of this. Okay. Got it. So, the way Eldritch Horror works is you take a turn. That's right here. You take a turn. Both of you, everyone. You get 2 actions. I'm used to the card game where you get 3, so I'll have to remember it's only 2. 2 actions, not a whole lot of them. The expansions add some more. Then you encounter wherever you are, and then the game takes its turn and beats you down, and then you have to try to catch back up on your turn. I will be referencing this a bit. Maybe what is this? What is this? It's possible I'm missing something here, because I think I don't have a seat at the table. I have a name way down there, but anyway, we'll be referencing this a little bit. So I'm on the board in 2 spots. My psychic lady is in the Midwest, and Mark is up in Baltic. We have to stop this guy. So we win when we have solved 3 mysteries from this deck here. And it says it right here. 3 mysteries have been solved. Investigators win the game. However, the game has many ways it can win. One of them is if all the characters have been devoured, which is bad, as you may assume. Another is if this runs out right here, and this is most likely to be how the game ends, running out of time. We will see. So we've set aside the monsters. Every baddie has its own cultists. Nobody wants the same cultists. Everyone kind of attracts different people. So when cultists come out, this is their stuff. And it's been a while since I did combat in this game. I don't think it's very difficult, but I'm going to have to look that up. Both tests. It shouldn't be that hard, but we'll get there. So, on our first turn, first thing we do is flip a mystery, I believe. Hunting the 1,000 Shubby, the 1,000 young, his spawn, 1,000 young, infest the planet in greater and greater numbers, threatening to overrun humanity. That's good. When a non-epic monster is defeated, the active investigator may spend 2 clues to place that monster on this card. And, at the end of the Mythos phase, if the total toughness, that is going to be this number. No, this number? We'll look it up. If the total toughness is equal or greater than twice the number of investigators, so it would be 4, we solve it. Where's that rule book? There it is. Alright. Let's open her up. Fighting monsters, whatever. It's somewhere. Maybe. Combat example. Monster's damage. Where's the monster's toughness? It is 2, right? Monster's horror. We're going to look at this page real soon. What is its toughness? Is it the red number? What's the monster's damage, right? This must be the monster's toughness. Yes. Okay, toughness. Oh, what do we have out here right now? We have London has a gate on it. There's a cultist here. Now, cultists, well, they're special. Again, because every bad guy has its own cultists. This particular cultist has a toughness of 1. He does 1 damage, and it's a strength test of -1 when we do it. Tests are pretty simple, we'll get there. However, whenever we have this reckoning symbol show up on an event, we spawn a goat spawn or a dark young monster on this space. Then if you spawned a monster, discard this cultist. I don't know why we get to choose. That doesn't make sense, but we'll just go back and forth. Okay. That's it. So, we begin. We, as characters, we have some things to pay attention to. We start with some items, we have some abilities, and we're good at stuff and we're bad at stuff. So, mark here. He has an action, so in addition to his normal ones, he and 1 monster on my space can each lose 1 health. So I can headbutt him or something. You cannot become delayed or gain a detained condition unless you choose to. So that's pretty cool, because delayed sucks. And detained also sucks. In addition, I have a gun, which makes me better at killing things, and I have Kerosene, which also makes me better at killing things. Thematically, he's good at killing things, as we can see by his strength. Also, good goodwill, considering low brains. This is important. Alright, and the Psychic. Action, you may trade any number of clues with an investigator on any space. So normally, you can't do that. You kind of have to be in the same space to trade stuff. Trade, exchange any number of possessions with someone in your space. So she can just pass them along, which is cool. Once per round, when another investigator gains a non-common condition. I just realized my background audio is probably a little loud. Let's turn that down. So hopefully you stuck with it until now. You might not have been able to hear me until right now. Once per round, when another investigator gains a non-common condition, you may look at the back of the card and gain 1 clue. It's cool. Lots. I was saying cool a lot. It is. It's a good ability, because all these things that can happen to you, these conditions like hallucinations and internal injuries, they have mystical, magical backs on them. They're all unique, which means you don't know exactly what's going to happen. She's a psychic. She can see the future, so she can tell you. She also has a spell. Flesh Ward. Once per round, when an investigator would lose health, you may test your books. And if you pass the books test, you prevent that investigator from losing up to 2 health, and then you flip the card, and who knows what's on the back. Could be anything. Alright, with that said, I think we want to kill the cultist. And yet, do we really want to kill the cultist? Because we really need stuff to come out. And remember, the cultist has a chance of bringing stuff out. So I'm thinking, actually, no, let's not do that. Let's build up some equipment first. Alright. So I can move, and I can take an event. Now, he's already pretty good at fighting. There are ways to get better at fighting. I would want to go to Sydney to get better at fighting. That's pretty far away. However, there are other skills that are useful, and there are also items. Now, I really don't need another gun, right? He's got a gun. This is a slightly better one. However, my psychic could use extra books for her book tests. So I might take this. Now, in order to take one of these, I have to be in a city, which she is. She's in the city spot. So there's like big locations, which have special encounters. But you can trade in any city. You can use the market in any city. So she's able to use this. However, in order to use it, you have to test your influence. She's not very influential. So it's not likely she's going to succeed. You succeed in a 5 or a 6, and you roll a number of dice equal to your ability. So she would roll 2 dice, and there's a third of a chance on each die that she would get what she needs. Alternatively, she could draw debt, which is bad, but it would guarantee that she gets it. I think we're early enough now. I'd rather not get debt. It's not urgent. This is just something to do while we wait for monsters to spawn. Let's do a test of influence. Somewhere around here, I'm going to find dice. I am sure of it. Why are there pawns? Those are all the characters. Let her just kind of fall. Stuff, discard. Oh, okay. Discarded. Good. Nope. Nothing there. Toughness, health, sanity. Nothing here. What am I missing? Is this it? Find. Really? Oh, that's probably find assets. Okay, this game uses dice a lot, so where are the dice? Not in there. I'm gonna have to just spawn dice in? I guess I can do that. Or... here we go. Here's dice. Cool. She's gonna roll 2 dice, and what do we get? She got 1. Now, just to see on these... okay, so there you can get blessed in this game, and then a 4 counts. It's good to know that that doesn't have a symbol on it. We'll have to zoom in when that happens. Okay, so she got her manuscript, which is neat. She did it. Restock. Now we got whiskey. I believe you can also force the store to get new stuff. Gain assets from reserve and total value. Spend resources for additional successes. City only, no monster. Okay. Gather resources. Gain 1. I don't think resources are part of the base game. Are they? Man, I do not remember. I don't think so. That symbol looks really familiar, but that's because it's in the Arkham Horror card game. Alright, what else is she gonna do? I think... I think something. What do I think? Do we know where the next gate is going to go? No, we don't. I think we're going to go to Arkham. She can get spells there. Alright, it is Mark's turn here. Where does he want to go? Are there any items that he could use? Not really. This is good, but it's 3. There's no way he's rolling 3 with an influence of 2. I guess I could draw that and roll. This would be nice. Another option is neither one of my guys is very good at negotiation, or whatever that is, influence. So I could get a train ticket, move here, and then immediately use the train ticket to get these things. That's allowed, and that puts me in Istanbul. Okay. We have completed the turn. Next we have encounters. So Shacklin is going to have one at Arkham. You are able to kind of choose a little bit where these are going to come from. Of course, I don't see them out anywhere. Where are the encounter cards? Oh, they're up at the top here. Sweet. So we'll go in order. I made him the lead investigator, but really she went first. So we'll do her first. She is an Arkham. We could do a generic city card, but we're here for the incantation spells, so I might as well. Can I put this into my hand? Can I draw it? No, because I'm not really in the game somehow. Alright, Arkham. Inside the old magic shop. Miriam Beecher talks to you about the finer ports of the occult. Test your books. Good news, I am really good at books. Now, this only applies when I'm doing tests, and this isn't happening at all. Sorry, this only happens for spells. So, I'm just testing books, pure and simple. Let's test them. We're looking for 1 success. Okay, I'm just setting the dice down. Let's actually roll them. Okay, we got 2 successes. I don't think that counted as cheating. I was trying to cheat. I wish you could just press a button and have them really randomly roll. But you can't. So, I don't think Flip is doing that. Yeah, it's not. It's just bouncing back and forth. So anyway, we got a success. We got a success. We have now. If you pass, you impress her with your acumen, and she gives you a rare text. Gain 1 incantation spell. Alright, sweet. Let's get these out of the way. 1 incantation spell. Couldn't break the game. There it is. Miss Rally? Really? During the encounter phase, I may test books. If I pass, I may choose a monster. Oh, I may choose an encounter as if there are no monsters on the space. So I can basically skip a fight. However, then I get to flip the card, which is exciting. Okay, now the bad guy. No, now Mark. Mark has to do his turn. And Mark is in Istanbul. What happens to Mark? You see a horrid apparition, of course you do, slowly ascending the stairs, and have the immediate impulse to run away. Do I resist the impulse? Yes, I do. If you pass, you discover that it wants only to take revenge on the murderous cultists for all their victims. Improve handshakefulness. Why, I think I will. That's a pretty decent first turn. Alright, that guy's taking its turn. Now, I'm going to bring this up here because there's a lot of steps, and I'll make sure we do it in the right order. During the encounter phase, fight each monster on your space. Okay, well, we're skipping this, actually. Because we did this already. During the Mythos phase, the lead investigator draws a single Mythos card and resolves its effect. From top to bottom. After resolving blah blah blah. Past the leadership. Right. Just taking the top one. I did not read that. From Beyond. The shop owner's body was found in the storeroom among those curios and antiques deemed too esoteric for public display. While the police ascribed his death to natural causes, you see it for something more sinister. The insidious powers from outside of reality are growing more aggressive, impatient for the meal they plan to make of this world. So, we do these things in order. We first move this thing, which may trigger stuff on the board, It does. Whenever you match a gate, I believe you get a... Oh no, that's not it. Whenever you get a monster surge, you put new monsters on the board. So let's do that. Alright, we got some good stuff over here now. That thing sucks. And he's just right there with the cultist. Okay. And then we spawn clues. We spawn how many clues? We don't spawn any gates. We only spawn one monster at a gate. We only spawn one clue. Did that work? I think it did. I don't remember there being a clue in the Amazon before. Let's Control Z. Yes. Okay, yes, very good. I just wanted to make sure it worked, because I thought I broke the script. And now we resolve the bottom of the card. Resolve the Reckoning effect on each Mythos card in play twice, unless investigators as a group spend clues equal to half of the investigators. If there are no Mythos cards in play, advance Doom by 1. Well, that's what we're doing. When Doom reaches 0, well, we flip this over, I believe. Or the game ends. I can't remember. Something bad happens. However, that's all the bad stuff happening for this round. And we move on to round 2. The lead investigator may pass. Okay, so we get to choose this. Now, Mark here could show up this turn, right here. But he'll have to fight both of these guys by himself. Do we want to do that? It's tempting. So the way combat works is we flip the monster token over, resolve a sanity test against the top if there is one. One success in this case would mean you would lose. So this has 2 on it. It's very poor rendering of this image. And so you would subtract your 1 from the 2. You'd take 1 sanity damage. And then here for a strength test, you would roll 1 fewer die because of this symbol. You're trying to beat a 1. So in this example, she gets +2 because of her gun. So she rolls 5 dice. She rolls 1 success, subtracts it from the monster's damage. And since she rolled a number of successes equal to its damage, she does not lose any health, of course. Since she rolled a success, the monster loses 1 health. So each success you roll on the second check is damage. So rolling more dice in combat is good if you want to kill big things that suck. Now, I believe you can use both of these, because this is just discarded. So it'd be a total of 7 dice, which, man, I would really want against this thing. Let's do it. Alright, so he's going to show up here. And Jacqueline, what is Jacqueline going to do? She can protect him, even if she's not near him. So that's pretty cool. That is a good thing. I believe I'm going to take a boat ticket for her. And then I am tempted actually to use it and end up here, because I would like to go to the Amazon. I could do the expedition and I could get a clue. Both of those sound like good things to me, so let's do it. Alright, Mark goes first, and we get to choose the order we do these. Let's try to kill the cultist first. It is a pretty easy encounter. So I have to roll dice. In this case, I have to roll 4 plus 2, so I'm going to roll 6 dice. I need 1 success to not take damage and to kill him, and I'm just going to guess that I will succeed. Let's find out. In fact, I do succeed. So I've killed the cultist. Now, this is important. When a non-epic monster is defeated, the active investigator may spend 2 clues to place that monster on this card. So, it turns out I was very dumb. I don't really want to kill this until we have 2 clues. We do not have 2 clues yet. We only have 1. And also, Jacqueline is not the lead investigator. So, do I retcon my whole turn? I think I do. I haven't done anything crazy yet. I haven't lost anything yet. I'm just coming to grips with the fact that that was a stupid move, and I'm playing solo. So, to make it more interesting, just leave that alone. Where would I have gone instead then? I really want a clue, right? So I probably would have gotten a boat ticket, gone here, and then ended up here to try to get this clue. Alright, so it's a less interesting turn in a way. There won't be any combat. But at the same time, we're actually going to do what we need to do. So, Mark is the lead investigator this time. And I am going to do research. This is how I get clues. I am in wilderness, I believe. No, I'm in a city. In your nightmare, the chanting of the cult of the Black Goat threatens your sanity. Test brains. I roll 4 dice here. I succeed. If you pass, you remember the words. When you wake up, gain this clue. Why, I think I will. And that's it. That's all that happens. Jacqueline only really has one option, and that is to take a generic city card. A group of intimidating syndicate members demand you pay them for protection. You offer the well-dressed man what you can afford, which is not much. Alright, we only got 2 influence. Can we do it? I could spend a clue as a reroll, but I'm not going to do that, because I would like to beat this game. I got 2 successes somehow. Incredible. That's it. I guess I succeed in convincing them. Alright, Mythos phase. We spawn a clue. And we have an ongoing effect, a rumor, I believe it is. No, this is a rumor. This is just... Never mind. It is a rumor. What is the question mark? Mystery. It's on space 17. Let's read this card. Sorry for all the bouncing around. When people see your jaundiced skin or hear your loud coughing fits, they avoid you like a leper. Without exception, the disease next brings fever and swollen red sores. Death follows in a few weeks, spreading sickness. Ongoing rumor. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 17 may consult the Bombay doctors. The more patients they treat, the closer they get to finding a cure. He may spend clues equal to the number of investigators to solve this rumor. He may spend 1 fewer clue for each health token on this card. Whenever this symbol is shown, each investigator loses 1 health for each health token on this card. So we'll take some damage, but we can make it cheaper. And I think we probably do want to wait a little bit. clues are a commodity. However, this just fired. Isn't that great? So, a couple things happen. First of all, we're going to spawn a goat spawn here. Make it extra exciting. Spawn one monster on a random space, and then, if there are 10 or more monsters on the game board, advance Doom by 2. Now, the way you do a random check is you pull a clue out, and it's space 1. So space 1 is going to get a random monster. There's a mummy in Alaska, land famous for mummies. That is not all that happens, though, because we now put a health token on this card. And because this is a rumor, I'm not going to put it in the main discard pile for these that I'm kind of building here. Health counter goes up. No, not that kind of health counter. Stupid game. Come on. Never mind. There. Does that say 0? Okay. Sure. So we all take damage. We take 1 damage each. Not good. Maybe I will go solve it, since it was an immediate effect. Alright. Here we go. Round 3. Probably my last one for tonight. This is kind of a trial run. And I kind of want to see how it's turning out before I continue. But we'll do one more round. Let's get the dice together. I think I will pass that back to her. Now she is going... She could actually just stay... Interesting. Sure. She could stay here. There's a clue here. I think what I'd rather do, though, is grab that boat ticket that I grabbed last time, but actually hold on to it, so that next time when I leave the Amazon, I could go here and shop or do something, rest, anything, grab the clue, and then book it somewhere else. So I think that's going to wrap it up for her turn. Pretty simple. Mark, on the other hand, he's going to go here. And he desperately needs to spend this clue. The clue trash can. There we go. In order to get rid of this rumor. And we did it. Got rid of the rumor. Leave this here if I need it for something else. This card is discarded. I used a clue. That's it. Jacqueline is going to do the clue first. She's in the wilderness, middle of the Amazon. Wilderness. The cult of the Black Goat has chosen you as the target of their ritual hunt. You try to cover your tracks and evade all of their traps. I don't know how good she is at seeing. She's a psychic, right? So she should, theoretically, in this world where psychics are real. Okay, she succeeded. She did it. She saw the future. If you pass, you escape with your knowledge of the cult intact. Gain this clue. We are flying through these clues. Alright, so she... If she's the lead investigator, she could spend clues, and we can solve this. We're actually getting pretty close. Mark, on the other hand, has to draw a generic city card. We get corrupt members of the police force pressure you with a bribe. You speak to some people you know to take care of the problem. I roll 2 dice. We had our first fail. If you fail, gain a debt condition to pay the bribe. Fantastic. Alright, it is now the game's turn. What do we get? This shifts. We get a reckoning symbol. I just realized I may have done this wrong. This reckoning symbol down here, I think, is what gets triggered. We'll let it go this time. I just realized I cheated. I saw that symbol, and it's not that one, it's the one up here. So it would happen now. So this goat spawn should spawn now and shouldn't have spawned last time. Also. And then, this symbol. This symbol is the... What's the what? What is it? We're supposed to advance Doom as well last time. It's been a while since I played this. I may just have to start over next time. Spawn gate. And a monster. So we spawn a gate. And we spawn a monster on that gate. What do we get? The classic serpent people of Shanghai. Now that you know what to look for, you see them all around you. The man pretending to be asleep on the bench, the woman watching you in the reflection of a tobacconist's shop, the trio who have been following you since you left the station. They've been tracking your every move, eyes everywhere. Event. Each investigator rolls one die and resolves the effect. Oh boy. Okay. She gets a 1. I get a 2. So we both lose 2 health and 2 sanity. So she's gonna die. And he's gonna lose his mind. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I may restart now that I remember the ways in which I cheated. But I'll do a full, better explanation of the game next time, so anybody can skip this video and just start with that. This was kind of neat. I like this implementation. So